to the high jump. Tim Forsyth, who is the favourite to win the $10,000 Athlete of the Year prize that's on offer tonight. His summary of the season, the only time he's been beaten actually was in Sydney at the National Championships. Perth, Sydney, Hobart, Melbourne on the Grand Prix. Bonus points, plenty of them. Has done 2:33 this year. His best is 2:35, the Australian record. Third in Barcelona. Twice a silver medalist at the World Juniors. One of them an absolutely brilliant performance with Steve Smith. Now 2:19 the height here, so he really shouldn't have any trouble at all, and he does not. But Chris Anderson's his worry here. Anderson beat him in Sydney at Homebush in very difficult conditions, but did get a scalp.
And you get the feeling that Anderson's had a couple of good attempts at 2:31 this season. He's jumped 2:27 consistently, and when the bar's been raised to that next height, he's struggled. Here's David Fraser, who's jumped 2:20 in interclub competition in Melbourne, had a shocker at the Nationals, only jumped 2:05. So a little bit to work on here for Fraser. So 2:19, approaching his best, just 1 centimetre off that personal best for David Fraser. Trains with Tim Forsyth under coach Sandro Bassetto. Yeah, slower on the runway, Fraser, and looked like he was struggling during that approach, so a miss for him.
As you say, had a real disappointment at the National Championships, though. But hopefully he can get his form together here. But Forsyth looked good at 2:19, as you would expect. Well, this is interesting. This is Anderson's third and final attempt at 2:19. And this has a big bearing on the $10,000 first prize, because Anderson's the main competition here for Tim Forsyth. Now, both Garrett and Forsyth are over at 2:19. Chris Anderson, the Australian champion last weekend, looking down the barrel. Live action here, 2:19. He's gone. That's disappointing.
Anderson out. Forsyth, for the 4th time, the Grand Prix male champion. For the 3rd time, Robinson second. So,
well, what about if Garrett beats him? Garrett at 2:23, third attempt. So if he does miss this, it would set Forsyth up with the $10,000. He has missed it, and I think we can safely say now that Tim Forsyth is going to win the $10,000 as the overall Grand Prix champion athlete. Tremendous crowd here tonight. Beautiful conditions. They've come out in their, well, in their thousands. It's not a huge stadium. It doesn't hold the same amount of people as the meeting in Melbourne at Olympic Park, but big crowd, and they're really enjoying the action. We've seen Australian records tonight, a famous record going. Here's Forsyth, speaking of famous things in athletics. This man is an Olympic medalist as a teenager. Now the bar's gone up to 2:28. And this will be his first attempt at that height, 2:28. It's Australian record. He's held it for a while now, 2:35. He'd love to take that again. Saying earlier, Dave, he's 2 World Junior silver medals. That duel with Smith in Seoul in 1992, after the Olympics, when Tim had got the medal and Smith had missed out, Steve Smith. It was one of the really great competitions in athletics, certainly at junior level.
Well, Smith came back and jumped 2:36, which is extraordinary for... They really have had some great winners at the World Juniors. We'll look forward to that at the World Junior Championships here. Sotomayor won the first one in Athens.
Yes,
Smith.
Probably gone on to be the best ever Sotomayor, I think. Certainly he's the world record holder. He's the 8-foot man and Olympic champion.
Of course, Forsyth had a great battle with Smith at the Commonwealth Games on a countback or a jump off. Smith falling over on one of the crucial jumps and smashing his watch. Really put paid to the competition, but Forsyth took that one there. So he's one of the men in the Australian team that really does rise to the occasion.
Should get this if he's in good form. It's an impressive height, but one that he's capable of doing. I'd say when he's switched on, Dave, and fit, he should get this height 8 times out of 10, but he's really keen.
think what he'd be looking for here is a first attempt clearance. So important at the major championships to get these heights on the first attempt. The countback situation often makes a difference. As he well knows, in Barcelona, cleared the same height as the winner, 2.34 metres. But on hits and misses, Forsyth took the bronze there. So wants to clear this on the first attempt. Well, Bruce, he may well be on tonight because it was a good clearance for Forsyth. You really do have an inkling about the high jumpers. A couple of strides out. He looked good there, very bouncy, and a good clearance.
This is 2:31. We've seen him in great form so far tonight at 2:28. First attempt. His best this season is 2:32 in Sydney. He's got it. Not only has he got it, Dave, he's got it with a little bit to spare. Melinda nodding her head. You obviously liked it too. Gee, he's going well, isn't he?
Certainly is, and you know, he would have been very disappointed with the Nationals. It would have been a while since he's been beaten here in Australia, and he looked so smooth and he cleared it by heaps.
Well, just discussing with
to Tim Forsyth, who has got the $10,000 tonight. Third attempt at 2:36. If he clears this is live action, it'll be an Australian record. He will better his own record of 2.35 metres. Has cleared 2:31 tonight. So Australian champion yet again. So often he's been able to produce on this night all around Australia, Grand Prix final night where it's counted most. He would have been bitterly disappointed with losing that Australian championship last week.
Well, this has been his aim all season. Way back in November when he jumped at the Olympic Dream, he said his aim for this year was to get back up to the big heights, to challenge his Australian record. He gets his best chance here in the last metre of the year. Immense concentration. It's the sort of height he really will need in Barcelona. I think 2:34 in Atlanta, I should say. In Barcelona, a little bit of an aberration to get a medal, certainly to win the gold at 2:34.
Well, Sotomayor had the same height, didn't he? And a count back there, Sotomayor did 2:40 the next year in Stuttgart. So you're going to be 38, 36 to be amongst it, no question about that. So let's see if he can make a little step up here. A step up the rarefied heights of the high jump ladder and get to 2:36. If he does this, it will reverberate around the athletic world. This is the real McCoy when you're at this height. No.
He looked good on the runway, but just not quite there for Tim Forsyth, but still takes the overall Grand Prix prize money for the fourth time. Good jumping tonight, 2:31. He looked good there on the runway, but just missed timing the run-up.
We have a look over Ian Garrett, 2:19. Look, Tim absolutely dominated there, didn't he? David Fraser, and then Anderson, who'd be a bit disappointed, Pozzi. So some big winners out there. In Brisbane tonight, the Grand Prix final will be...
Over the years of Optus money for Tim Forsyth, the drink's on you, Tim.
I think they might be tonight, yeah. That's four out of every four that high jump's been part of it, so I'm very happy with that.
You'll have plenty of mates tonight around the bar?
I think I will. I think I'll get a few new mates tonight, so yeah, I mean, that's great, you know. I didn't really expect to get it this year, you know. I thought the competition's got a bit tougher for it every time it's come along, but you know, it's really good to take it out again.
On a more serious note, 2:31, so that's a fairly pleasing jump for you.
Yeah, it's I'm happy with it, but you know, 36 or even higher than that I would have been ecstatic. So, you know, I really thought it was in me tonight. I was jumping really well. It's really the first time that I've really hit my straps all season, and you know, it's a little bit of a pity just to finish it like this. But you know, it's given me a lot of confidence to go into training, and I feel really good now. So you know, it's not so bad, I guess.
Good luck overseas. I believe you first meet in Japan, and then of course the Olympics coming up. So good luck over there.
Thank you very much.